Good day, everyone. Meteorologist Mark Mueller here. Thanks for joining me for this edition of MeteoMark's Weather. I know some of you will like this. We got a little bit of a boring weather pattern setting into eastern North America the next couple days. A storm moving across the southern plains and parts of Mexico here. So it'll be interesting for these areas. But, this is right around the 16th. Some sort of low pressure system looks like it's going to form in the southern Gulf and head right up through Florida. And will this become an East Coast storm? We'll have to see. Maybe possibly wintry. We'll take a look at the pattern here, see if it's conducive for any type of winter storms, especially as we head towards Christmas here. We'll take a look and see if there's any areas that may actually see a white Christmas. Let's get into it. So here we go with our European model first. Yeah, there's that area across the Western Caribbean. We'll have to keep a close eye on that as we go in time. I'll show you momentarily in a couple minutes in my tropical update, but high pressure will be building across eastern North America. The only area looks like Texas as we head through, say, the rest of the week. So right around from the Four Corners region, the 13th, 14th, and 15th, I'll show you there might be actually some wintry precipitation towards the panhandle here. We'll have to keep an eye on it. So potential wintry situation diving down towards the Gulf Coast. This is where we get two pieces of energy. So we get energy from the tropics here, from the Western Caribbean, and then we get that front diving down across the southern plains. That initiates this low pressure system. This is right around the 16th into the 17th. So this is this weekend. This is actually pretty close from now. So, as we continue to go in time here, low pressure moving up towards Tampa and eventually up the U.S. East Coast as we head early next week. It looks like a double barrel low, so to speak. We'll have to see if any of this falls as wintry. This is one of the first model runs I've seen where this takes it back towards the coastline here. It does still look a little bit too progressive for me. High pressure builds in pretty rapidly behind it. Next storm out west here. Tropics look pretty quiet, although there is, a little bit more wave action for this time of year, and I'll show you that in the tropics momentarily. Look at this. That energy re-energizes and pushes back towards the coast. European model can't go really far out from this, but yeah, Canada looks pretty quiet for the most part, except for Western Canada and up here by Hudson Bay. So as we take a look at the GFS here with our precipitation depiction, what is going on here? So there's that system across. There's that system out there in the Rockies. But here across the Four Corners region, look at this towards the Texas Panhandle. Showers and thunderstorms breaking out here as we continue through Wednesday and Thursday. Look what's going on. It looks like there's less cold air getting south here, although it will touch parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle and the North Texas Panhandle. Looks like it's staying mostly rainfall here. We'll analyze that momentarily in the HRRR mesoscale model. But look at that. It looks like it's pushing. This is towards the 15th, so this is just in time for your Friday TGIF. Could have some strong thunderstorms here moving through parts of Texas. And high pressure building in across the east. There we go. Saw that very clearly here on the European model. Look at what the GFS is doing. It's actually pushing this energy a little bit farther to the north, so you'll get a burst of snow across Minneapolis. There it is, though. Let me just back this up. You can see that energy kind of initializing with our front. So this is kind of interesting. This is what I expected this winter. A lot of low pressure systems coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. GFS is really interesting, though. This keeps it, very warm. 988 millibar over South Carolina. This is the 17th. So, a lot can change between now and Sunday. But look at this. It essentially keeps this all rain with just the northern fringes, maybe sleet, freezing rain, or wet snow mixed in. That is kind of crazy. It just goes to show you how little cold air we really have hanging around. Now look at this low continues to weaken, but it looks like maybe on the GFS towards the 21st, we continue to get some light wintry precipitation across New England. And then, of course, we get one of these Colorado low type things. We can go further out here on the GFS, the 24th, Christmas Eve. Yeah, in the east for a white Christmas. This is not the pattern you actually want to see going on. I do caution you, this is 294 hours out, so a lot can change. But this is exactly... these low pressure systems coming out of the Colorado area, this is the same pattern you saw last winter with surges of warm air way up to the north here. Things are really going to have to change. And in order for things to change back east here, out west here, we can't keep getting these big systems plowing this far north. They have to come in a little bit farther to the south, travel across the country, and then come up like this or like this. So, There's plenty of time for this to change, but this is right around the day after Christmas. You know, it's looking, with the exception of northern New England there, and then look at out west there. You're going to get some blockbuster snow, it looks like. It looks like most of the east not really seeing much of a white Christmas here, at least on this model. So, you know, things could change, but we're going to keep a watch here. So as we start with the upper air pattern for North America, you can see we have this little trough here digging across northeast Canada that quickly is replaced by a massive ridge. This is a massive raging inferno here. The furnace is on definitely across North America here. We do start to see evidence towards the 17th here of a low pressure digging across eastern Gulf of Mexico, as I showed you on the models. The big question is, do these two areas of energy phase together here? You have this northern stream and this southern stream. Do they actually come together, or do they remain far enough apart that this pattern remains progressive? You do have a lot of blocking to the northeast, but that doesn't mean anything if these two really can't phase together. And look at this. The European, if we look at the upper air pattern, is kind of hinting that there's not enough close proximity for them to phase. And look what happens here Christmas week. Massive raging inferno ridge here. Does this low pressure try to come back towards North America? I have my doubts here. So let's take a look at our HRRR model. We're going to start off here right overnight, Tuesday night. As we get through early Wednesday morning here, there's going to be some snow showers with some banding action here, especially in southern Ontario. Some of these could be some squally weather here as we head off the northern Great Lakes, and we'll focus on that momentarily. Here's our storm across the Four Corners region and parts of Texas. Most of it's hung up across western Texas, eastern Colorado, and eastern New Mexico here. This is 8 p.m. as we head through Wednesday evening here. So this is a pretty interesting system. It looks like there's just too much warm air pushing across Texas, though, that it keeps most of the snowfall accumulation up here across the southern plains and parts of Colorado. But parts of the panhandle here could get some snow. Now let's go over here to the northeast. As we head towards, there's 9 p.m. In the evening, and then look at this. As we head through 4 a.m. Wednesday morning, look at these snow showers start to solidify around Syracuse here. We could see some heavier bursts of snow, maybe a couple inches, and that pushes down towards Binghamton as we head towards Wednesday evening, and we might see an inch or two here before winds start to slacken and move out of the southwest with our next warm push with this high pressure system. Total liquid equivalent precipitation here on the European model. You can see most of it's there across the panhandle of Texas, eastern New Mexico, western part of Oklahoma, and southwest Kansas. Look at that. We're picking upwards of 2 to 4 inches of liquid equivalent there. I'll show you snowfall totals momentarily. And there's that East Coast system as we head into next week. Look at Florida getting inundated here. Upwards of 4 to 6 inches in some areas, and that rides up the coastline here, at least on the European models. Some areas close to 1 to 2 inches, all the way up, maybe 3+ here towards Cape Cod. It all depends on the exact track of that low pressure system, and plenty of moisture out here in California and Washington State as well. So as we take a look at total snowfall accumulations here, look at this. New Mexico, Colorado, picking up the lion's share here. Look at this. As we go through Monday, there is not a lot of snow across the country. It is literally just hanging out here across the Four Corners region and parts of the southwestern plains here. Look at you got to go way up here in eastern Canada here, northeastern Canada to be precise, to really get up into the real heavy snowfall accumulations. And look at that. As we head through the 22nd of December, we're pretty much void of most snowfall accumulations. So how about the GFS here? Well, can we get any closer here? Actually, let's go with the 18Z and watch this. So there it is across. There's even less here with the exception from northern New Mexico here, upwards of 6 to 12, maybe 18 inches. And look at out west there, just blasting as we head into Christmas week. There is Christmas Day. There might be a system here plowing across the northern plains. Look at this. Across the east, I'm sorry to say, there is not a lot happening as we head through the holiday season here. And Eric Rentschler from Lebanon County, Pennsylvania here. Take a look at this. This is snow at Coleman's Park, Lebanon County, PA, with a hawk. I'll show you in the next photo here. This is December 7th, so we got some nice early snow here. Look at that. That looks like a winter wonderland. It's sticking to all the trees. And here is that hawk. You can actually see it. You know, my mouse cursor here, right there, you can spot it. Your eyes are pretty much drawn to it, but look at that beautiful snow. That is nice when it's, wet enough to actually cling to all the trees. It just makes it look more like Christmas and a winter wonderland. Nice captures there, Derek. So heading across the tropics there, that's that area just hanging out towards Belize here. That's that tropical wave I was talking about for so long. The energy looks like it's going to just hang out the next couple days. So lots of rain. I'll get into rainfall amounts momentarily. It's going to continue to push tropical moisture even up towards into the western Gulf here. As that low pressure system, that front dives south, we actually get an initiation of a low pressure system here. I don't think it's going to be tropical in nature. We'll keep an eye on it nevertheless, but it's going to become pretty strong here as it heads across Florida and then up the coastline here. It's going to drag showers, heavier rain through Jamaica and the Cayman Islands here as well. So definitely want to watch out for that. Across the rest of the tropics, it looks, pretty stormy here across parts of Haiti and Dominican Republic. This frontal boundary is making it pretty far south this time of year. A wave sitting over here east of the Lesser Antilles. As we continue to go in time, you can see. Let's just zoom out a bit here. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. We do have some showers moving through the Lesser Antilles towards December 21st, as well as Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. And some more showers here moving through Jamaica and the Cayman Islands and parts of Belize down to Honduras here, getting a lot of rainfall so far. Here we go for the tropics. Just taking a quick brief look at the GFS model here. See if it actually agrees with the European model. And, I'm going to say it pretty much does. You got that energy here. It's a little bit further north on the GFS, as I showed you before. And there it is, combining forces, creating that big old East Coast lower. In this case, heading more inland. But it will drag some showers and thunderstorms here across the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, western Cuba. Finally drying out here across Central America as we head into the mid to late weekend. But look at that. Showers and storms heading across much of the Caribbean here. So lots of cloudiness and storminess. We're getting off to a pretty stormy start as we head towards wintertime here. But look at that. By about Christmas Day, that's like a nice Christmas present here across the Caribbean here. Look at that. That is some nice clearing. That's exactly what you want to see here right on Christmas Day with high pressure building in from the Bahamas on southwestward here. So here we go with our liquid equivalent precipitation for Belize down to Honduras. Look at that, upwards of 100 to 150 millimeters. That is a solid 4 to 6 inches. That spreads all the way up into the Eastern Gulf, the Florida Keys. Watch what happens with the Bahamas. So this is Sunday, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th. Look at this. Inundation here all the way from 90 to as much as 125 millimeters. This will just basically push across most of the Bahamas and then eventually into Haiti and the Dominican Republic here. Now watch for Jamaica and the Cayman Islands later this weekend. Look at this as we head towards Saturday and Sunday. Look at that heavy rain, excess of 90 to 110 millimeters in the Cayman Islands, 3 to 4 inches. And watch Jamaica there. You might get upwards of 40 to 60, maybe close to 70 millimeters here, 2 to 3 inches on the western part of Jamaica here. As we head to the Eastern Caribbean here, watch this. So Trinidad, Tobago this weekend, your turn will be 40 to 60 millimeters. Yeah, upwards of 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Here we go. Watch this, though, as we get towards this Monday time frame next week. Watch this front push all across the northern part of the Caribbean islands, spreading lots of heavy rain and thunder showers. Now west here, the Western Pacific, or should I say the South Pacific. This is what's going on with Cyclone Jasper. It is thankfully weekend, if I can get this to actually, there we go. So as we continue to go in time here, you can see that's going to make landfall as just, a minimal cyclone, kind of hanging out here, causing some flooding to the north and west of Cairns here. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's going to continue towards the west, and it may reemerge back out here into the Pacific as it re-energizes. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye out here, and then making landfall again towards Darwin here. Yeah, this could be a double whammy here. Across the rest of the Western Pacific, I want to make note of something here. There is a tropical wave. That's that system that we were talking about last week, towards the middle of the month. And look at that. That's European models showing that this could initiate into something and possibly make landfall by around 17th or 18th of December. So that's literally the later part of this weekend and early next week, and then re-solidifying and possibly re-intensifying as it heads towards southern Vietnam here. So that's something we're going to have to keep a close eye on here. One thing I wanted to make note, look at this. These systems here into the Western Pacific, here's Japan, here's South Korea, Here's China. So these systems in the North and West Pacific here, they really dictate our weather in Eastern North America. If you get some real big blockbusters like what's happening out here, look, there's a couple of them. This can really change the pattern along Eastern North America. That's something we're going to have to keep a very close eye on. And don't go anywhere. I just have more weather here in just a moment. Check out my affiliate here, these awesome maps. Have a look at this. I am proud to announce that I am now an affiliate with Trilogy Maps. TrilogyMaps.com, bringing you the most digital, customizable maps found nowhere else on the internet. These maps are simply stunning. It's an advanced layering system that makes these maps great for making forecast maps with ease or any other maps that you would like to display important information on. The resolution on these maps is simply amazing. From the detail of everything here in the States, and you can also create stunning, digital, professional layered maps from also across the entire world. And don't forget, in checkout, the discount code option, use my code, MeteoMark, hit apply, and you will get 20% off your order. So if you want the most professional, customizable, and affordable weather maps found nowhere else on the internet, look no further than TrilogyMaps.com. Link in the description down below along with your discount code. So as we take a look at temperatures here, looking across northern New England here, this is where the coldest air is hanging out, but it is not cold by any stretch of the imagination. Look at all these 60s and 70s, even 40s here into the Ohio Valley as we head into Thursday. Really, this is basically the only below freezing air, and in the mountains here of the Rockies. Look at this push of 60s all the way up into the southern and central plains here. That is crazy. All the way into the Ohio Valley, we see that push towards 50 in many areas. And as we head towards the weekend, what's going on? Wow, it just keeps getting warmer here. Look at this. I can't really find any areas below freezing. Maybe up here into Washington and Idaho and northwestern part of Montana and the northern part of the plains here, but really, I am grasping for straws, finding any wintry type weather here. We continue to reign supreme here with this warmer temperatures, maybe around the edges here, maybe a hint that we might actually have some colder air diving south. But even if we get that coastal system, next week, there's not a lot of cold air to work with. Extended outlook from hometown viewers, Binghamton to Scranton, Upper Susquehanna River Valley of upstate New York, Northeast Pennsylvania. Take a look at this. Yeah, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have a warming trend going on here. So, we'll push some of this cooler air, if you can call it cold. It's not really, but look at that. By Friday, we'll be in the low 50s. Saturday, it's mostly sunny skies, clouding up for the weekend, but still very warm and mild in the upper 40s. And next week, we get a chance of some showers. No snow is in the forecast. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of MeteoMark's Weather. Join me on Facebook at MeteoMark, also at Weather Northeastern, also at Hurricane Northeastern, and also at Susquehanna Weather. Also Twitter at Weather Eastern, and you can visit me at MeteoMark.com. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to check out my winter weather outlook for 2023-24, and link in the description down below, as well as my affiliate, Trilogy Maps.